Hi everyone. Hello. It's Tuesday, December 19th. How are you all? It's about almost 25 past 7 Eastern Time. I wanted to check in with you because it's been a couple of days since my last video. And a couple of things have well, not a couple of things. Tomorrow I go for my dry run, which means I start the actual radiation on Thursday. Now remember, this is regarding the breast cancer and basal ductal carcinoma. I had surgery on October 24th, 2017. I'm making this video, I'm doing the Facebook Live for you guys to know what's going on, but this will be uploaded to YouTube, and I hope to help people who are diagnosed with breast cancer, and I hope to inspire you to get your mammograms. And this is just to help share what I'm going through, because it might be something for you to be aware of. So that's my preface. So now I went last week and they put the two little tattoos on me. They're very faint, but they're markers, so that they can like measure those markers and get me lined up in the same place when they start. So tomorrow will be the actual dry run. So we're going to go through everything as if I were going to be having radiation, so that I know what to expect and they get everything set up, and we're going to go through it. If there are any glitches, then they'll be fixed tomorrow, and then Thursday's when we start. So I'm glad. I still don't know if it's going to be 3.5 weeks or 6.5 weeks. I don't know. They said I'd get a call today and I didn't, so I guess I'll find out tomorrow. My fingers are crossed. So that's, I was told to get, a friend of mine actually mentioned this to me, but they also did let me know, because I just want you to know you do get, like this huge booklet. It's not huge, I mean, it's a folder, and it has all the information in it that you need, what to expect, the document that you signed saying that they went over everything with you. You need to use, I can only use Dove unscented white soap going through this, because there are no perfumes or dyes in it, and some other things. And so I have to get some extra t-shirts, because they're going to be giving me a cream that will help, prepare the skin, I guess, and kind of protect it as best, from the sunburn or the blistering or whatever that possibly might happen. So they said that my clothes would be ruined, so just get some old t-shirts. So I'll just probably be grabbing some white t-shirts over at Walmart and just be done with it. So that's kind of that. You can't wear deodorant. You can wear deodorant, but you can't put it on 4 hours before you go for radiation. So hopefully mine will be later in the day. And that's kind of it. I'll be going every day, Monday through Friday. Just breaks on holidays, I guess, so, and weekends. So that's the news. Something else you might want to be aware of, I didn't know about this part of it. When you go have the surgery, so I told you about the big green folder that I got, which is fabulous. I mean, it has, I don't know if I showed it to you, but like, this is what I got. And there's all kinds of information in it about different types of breast cancer, the names of the people on the team, the doctors, etc. You're welcome, Stella. Thank you for being there. And, the diagnosis and all of that. So you get all that, and then you get a booklet on what to expect, like lymphedema. That's a possibility. So when they take the tumor out, then they take out some lymph nodes to test those to make sure that it hasn't spread. And that's all good. I get it. And that actually is where the infection came from and where everything was leaking and all that big mess a few weeks ago. But I asked the doctor about this. This is going to be, like, this is personal, but there's like this weird tendon under my arm that's sticking out. And they give you exercises to do. I think I mentioned them to you, where you raise your arm and, you're moving your arm basically to keep the fluid from building up in your arm or backing up into your chest kind of thing, into your breast. But so there have been days, it's so weird, like my arm has been swollen like Popeye. And then you just, so I'm always moving my arm. But the weird thing is that I have this tendon that feels like my arm is too tight if I don't keep my arm moving. It feels like my arm is shorter. And when I try to stretch my arm or move it, then it feels like there's a rope in there that's too short, if that makes sense. Like it's too short. It's crazy. So I've been really working on the exercises like a lot. And plus you have to keep your arm like up, up, like 3 times a day for like 45 minutes. So, and I try to, like even when I'm laying in bed or whatever, resting like, or watching TV or whatever, like the arm is up, right? So I hope I didn't make anybody dizzy. So, but the weird thing is that you can actually see it when I stretch my arm out. You can see this weird tendon thing going right up into my wrist from under my arm. Well, now it looks like there's an indentation. It's kind of freaky. It looks like weird things in a horror movie. Not that my arm is gross. I mean, you can't really see it with this lighting and everything. But last night, a weird thing developed, and it looks almost like, it's weird. It looks almost like a hickey, but I assure you it is not. And it just appeared on the line where this tendon is, and then it's like it's spread a little bit, so it looks almost like it's not a bruise, although it's starting to turn like bruisey color, but it's still there. So I'm going to go in earlier tomorrow. Thank you, Abby. I appreciate it. I'm going to go in earlier tomorrow and to the surgeon's office and meet with them just so they can take a look at it. But when I called in today, I was asked if there was some cording. I guess it's cording. I had never heard of that before. I knew about the lymphedema, and maybe I didn't see it in the paperwork. I haven't looked through the paperwork yet, but that was news to me. So she mentioned, there's probably some cording. So I guess this is a common thing. I don't recall ever hearing about it, but, and I'm not saying anything bad. It's just something to be aware of, and I just want to let you guys know. So make sure you get your exercise done, your exercises, if that's what you're going through. Don't not do your exercises. Thank you, Janet. Thank you, Stella. And Abby, I don't know if you heard me. Thank you. But make sure you do them, because I've been doing them faithfully, and it's still pulling. So, maybe I'm going to have to go for some physical therapy. I don't know. But I just wanted you guys to be aware of that as well, because that's something to know about. It's not just, people think, like I had no idea any of this was so involved. You think you just go in for surgery and it's cut out and everything's fine. And people have mentioned that to me, like they're not realizing, like you've got to recover from the surgery. I still have swelling. The surgeon, I thought, like I was in a panic. I thought that I was getting the lymphedema because I was swollen, and I thought it was fluid, but it's really not. It's still the swelling from the actual surgery. I haven't yet, Joy. The cording I haven't looked up yet. So, thank you. I appreciate it. So anyway, and I will. What was I going to say? I don't remember what I was going to say. Oh, so he said that was fine. So, it said that swelling can occur. I just, in my mind, like you read the stuff and you read it quickly because you're in the throes of this and you're going to, you're thinking about surgery, you're thinking about what's going to happen. And then you're thinking this weird thing is growing inside you. And please don't think I'm focusing on the cancer, because I feel good. Okay? I feel good, and I feel like this is, I just feel good. So I'm not dwelling on it. I feel like it's been cut out of me. I know this is supposed to, take care of any errant cells that might still be around. And, I'm being very careful as far as my diet goes. I've cut out sugar, which I never had a lot of sugar before anyway. My sugar's great. My blood sugar is good. So, I've been very, very careful about what I'm eating. Thank you, Betty. So, just behave and take care of yourself. So, but there are times like my arm is like, I can feel it when it just builds up with the fluid. It's so weird. So I can tell if I haven't, kept my arm up. Like if I've been maybe like out running an errand or something and I haven't had my arm up, I can feel it. And you can actually see it and your shirt gets tight like your shirt sleeve. So it's just something, to let you guys know. Pay attention to your body. Get your mammograms. But pay attention. Do what the doctor says. And I'm a tough patient. Thank you, Joy. We'll talk after. So, I just wanted to share this with you all. I mean, I'm not scared or anything, but it's just something new that I didn't expect. And I'm trying to bring awareness to people so that, some people have said, oh, you're focusing. And I'm like, I'm really not. It's just when your arm is tight in your sleeve and it's weird and you're not used to it, it is unnerving. When your body starts doing things that it's never done before, it's unnerving. So have patience with people who are going through this because they're being unnerved by all these changes. And that's all. And the lymphedema, I mean, that could occur like even later on in life, even after, like way after surgery, years later. I was just reading about it again today, just to educate myself. And that's what this is for you, just an education. And if you know of anybody who's going through this, thank you. You're welcome, Janet. I just, if you know anybody, cut them some slack, give them some sympathy, bring them a meal, and see if they want their house Swiffered or if you can take the dog out or something like that. Because every little thing is a big help. Every little thing is a big help. And I appreciate your prayers, and I appreciate your love, and just wanted to say thank you just for being there and letting me be there and come into your homes. And thank you, Abby. I do that occasionally too. Well, I haven't yet. I have to master that, telling people to keep their opinions to themselves. Thank you, Abby. And I should, because people have made some comments that it's like, you're not going through this, so you don't know, So thank you. I appreciate that. I have to, because it is a downer after that. You feel bad. So, cut them some slack and just know that it's not what you think it is. Because I didn't know it was so involved. I had no idea. And not that I criticized people, but you have no idea. Like the Native American proverb, it's like you got to walk a day in someone's moccasins before you can make judgment, walk in their shoes. So it's just all different. And it's, be supportive. Be supportive, because people could use it. And when they don't want to talk, don't worry. They're not mad at you. And they're not doing anything weird, and they're probably not in a dark place. They just are wiped out. They maybe just don't want to hear voices, and they just want to sleep, or just be quiet, or just listen to music and take their mind off things. And, when we mean well, it's like when somebody, right, that's right, Abby, he did. That's right. Jesus did say that. It's like when someone passes, it's awkward. We don't know what to say to comfort them. And so sometimes we say what everybody else says, and that's not always a comfort. Sometimes they just need to say what they need to say and not hear what we need to say, or just like you'll get over it, or time will heal. In the moment, it's not what you need to hear. It's just like you need to just vent, get stuff off your chest, and then go on, So it's kind of like the same. It's not the same, but in a way it is. Like, you try to be comforting, just cut people slack. That's all. And it's different. It's just a different thing, and try not to expect a lot. Don't think like, okay, so surgery's over and they're out walking around, or they're working through radiation, or oh, it's nothing, it's a piece of cake, this one worked, or you can go do that. Well, everybody's different, and everybody reacts differently. And fabulous to the people who have worked during radiation or are working radiation, and my kudos to you. I haven't started yet, but I admire you, because it's not an easy thing, and it's a scary thing. Last week when I was in the machine to be measured, I was like making jokes and, just like da 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 da. And then when I went into the CAT scan machine, like I welled up with tears. Where did that come from? I just welled up with tears. Because you can make jokes and, keep a positive attitude, but sooner or later it hits you when you least expect it. Hi, Joanne. Yes, that's right, Stella. That is what Christmas is all about. And, it should be year round, just understanding. But so emotions, I could be laughing and having a good time, and then all of a sudden, kaboom. I'm not thinking about it. I'm not dwelling on it, but it happens. So I just let it pass, go through it, and move on. And if you're going through this, or if you're about to go through this, or you have a friend who's going through it, just know that it's all part of the process. And again, find a support group if you can, with other people who are going through it, because and you'll probably end up making friends, but it's a good thing to talk to other people who are going through it, because again, the people that you love and that love you, unless they've been through it, they have no idea. And as supportive as they can be, it's still not quite the same. It's good to talk to somebody who's going through it. So when you say, this happened, they're like, yeah, I know, and what about that time? Or what about when this happens? Or have you experienced that? So again, it's a new, I don't want to say it's a new way of living, but it does change your life. And it helps you be mindful. It helps you be mindful of your diet. Thank you, Abby. Thank you. I appreciate that. Abby wrote, there is no such thing as dwelling on it. You are trying to make sense of a horrific ordeal. Thank you. And people will say that you're dwelling on it. And thank you for saying that. You are trying to figure it out. And it's a scary thing, because even though it's cut out of you, the fact that it grew, like I have been trying to figure out, like, what did I do, or was it just fed by estrogen? Then, like, we know sugars feed it. Like, what did I do in my lifestyle, or like, I've done my best to eat healthy, but there have been times I haven't been able to, or the best food. Now I'm learning about, like, different kinds of food, and organic foods, and GMO foods, and non-GMO foods, and like, it's crazy. Like, what's the best sweetener to use, and what doesn't have the aftertaste? Like, seriously, like, what do I have in my coffee? What do I have in my tea to sweeten it, because I can't have sugar? Agave raises blood sugar. Like, serious, all kinds of things happen. And so everything's different. Everything's different, but it's not. It's so weird, because you want to still have a normal life. But now, luckily, I did find a sweetener that doesn't have a bitter aftertaste. There is a stevia that does not. And and it doesn't raise your blood sugar either. So stevia is the best one. And of course, I read on its anti-cancer effects, and there's so much out there that you will lose your mind. So just do your best, but eat the best you can, rest as much as you can, don't answer the phone. If you can't talk, don't answer the phone. And if people don't understand, then you don't need the aggravation. Okay? And you will find that there will be some people who are really, really understanding, and then there are other people who just don't get it, and that's okay. It's fine. So, yes, that's very true, Joanne. It does teach you to put priorities in perspective, because you know what? You have to be number one. And like, raise your hand. Everybody raise your hands or thumbs up. How many of us are caregivers, right? We do everything for everybody else first, like everybody, and we take care of ourselves last. Like, there are times when, like, I want to come home and I'll do, like, one more thing that needs to be done. Like, no, stop. That one more thing is going to be there tomorrow. It's going to be there next day. You go lie down when you need to lie down. You go home when you need to go home. And if you don't feel like going out and you have to cancel plans, cancel the plans. Cancel them. Make yourself a priority. That's right. It is. It is all about me. It's all about you. It's all about every one of you. It's all about every one of us. We have to take care of ourselves, and we don't have to be jerks about it. But at the same time, people need to be understanding, and they don't need to be jerks about it when we do cancel, right? So, boy, I went on a little rant, didn't I? But it's true, and I hope this does help you if you're going through it now. And if you're not going through cancer or breast cancer or anything like that, and you're going through something else, I hope it still helps you. Put yourself first. Eat better. Even if you buy 2 things that are better quality than you normally would. And when I say better quality, read the labels. If you're buying peanut butter, get the peanut butter without the sugar. You'd be surprised it tastes like peanuts, not sweet. Seriously, just simple things like that. Read your labels. Get rid of high fructose corn syrup products. Easy stuff. There's ketchup out there, and a lot of people like ketchup, that's made with sugar as opposed to high fructose corn syrup. No sugar for me, but if you have to make a choice and you don't want to give up your ketchup, get the ketchup with the sugar, not the high fructose corn syrup. It's not hard. So, I hope this can serve as a little preventative for you too. Take care of yourselves and eat healthy. Get some veggies in if you're not eating your veggies, and if you're getting your veggies in and you're eating well, go for a little walk. Just do something to keep your body moving. We're not supposed to be sitting all day long. We need to at least walk 20 minutes, 30 minutes a day, or a couple of times a week. And you know what else is funny? Okay, now I'm getting crazy and I need to go eat. But how we're on our cell phones all the time? Like we don't sit at the table anymore? I love you too, Abby. Thank you. You know how we sit and we're looking at our cell phones? Or we're looking at the computer all day at work, right? Do this every now and then, and you'll see that your eyes hurt. They're not supposed to hurt, because we're supposed to be moving our eyes. So practice that, and try that. And that'll help your sight, too, your vision. Seriously. Boy, I need to go eat. Now I'm saying crazy things. See, Joy? See, it's not so bad. Joy's saying she accidentally made a banana nut bread without sugar today, and it's not so bad. Good. See? Bananas are pretty sweet, so. And if they were nice and ripe, who needs the sugar? Once you get used to it, once you get used to just cutting back on the sugar, if you can't give it up, cut back little by little, and at first it's going to be like, yuck, oh, God, I don't know if I can do this. Once you do it, and you try to have it the way you used to drink it, you will lose your mind, like your eyes will cross. You'll be that, like, wow, that's so sweet, how did I ever do that? So, it's all about changes. We grew up with certain sugar brands, and we grew up with milk and sugar in the tea or the coffee or whatever, cream and sugar, and it's just changing our taste buds. But anyway, I got on this tangent, and we were talking about the breast cancer and the cording and the radiation. So, but these things have been on my mind, and that's where I've been. You haven't seen me because I've been a crazy maniac searching out sweeteners that are not artificial, because I can't have Splenda. And I'm like naming brands. I can't have these things because I don't feel good when I eat them. I just don't feel good with them. So I think there was a doctor online once that said, anything that didn't exist 100 years ago, we really don't need. So if it didn't exist 100 years ago, we don't need it in our diets, which makes sense, right? So anyway, thanks for letting me. Thank you, Joy. I'm sending you a great big hug. I'm sending you all a great big hug. Thanks for your comments. And I will stop now, and I will go eat. And I hope... See, it's late. See, it's 7:45 my time now. So have a great night. And if you're seeing this during the day, have a great day. Again, I'm going to upload this to YouTube and send it out. So, feel free to share it. Feel free to share it with friends. And just look me up on YouTube. Jenny Weeks. And then there's the Psychic channel too. Actually, this is going to be on my Psychic channel because I actually keep all my videos in a folder that says breast cancer. So if you missed any of my Facebook lives, they've all been uploaded to Facebook. So Jenny Weeks, International Psychic. And then look under the breast cancer folder and you'll have everything that I've recorded so far. Okay? All right. Take care. Have a great evening. Again, I know Christmas is coming. The holidays are here. Happy Hanukkah. I don't know if maybe we're over. I don't know. I'm out of it, and I apologize, so I hope I don't offend anybody. But thank you. And if you can, again, thank you for those who've helped out in the GoFundMe and my GoFundMe is below here on Facebook, a couple of posts down. And I'd appreciate if you could share it. If you can't contribute, please share it, because, it's going to be, I'm going to need gas to go back and forth and things like that. And again, I'm doing my best. So any help, and I still have co-pays. Some more came in today. And I don't know what else this is going to entail over the next few weeks or the next 6.5 weeks. I have no idea. So have a great night. And I'll be back tomorrow to let you know what happened. All right? Take care. Good night. Oh, thanks, Abby. Okay, happy belated Hanukkah. Good night.